One of the most mysterious places is the desert. Why is it a desert at all? Is it a cursed land? We'll be coming back to that thought. Also, on this adventure, we're going to be hunting down some fallen angels. There are actual, literal fallen angels buried physically on this earth, in this realm, in a hole in the desert. We're also going to be exploring some other mysteries of the desert, the Southwest and all the other anomalies that are there. Tons of legends. Secret military operations, or letter agency military-grade geniuses are in league and working with fallen angels on secret technology that none of us know about. All sorts of super fascinating, supernatural type phenomena and anomalies. Also, are caves portals? Have people throughout antiquity gone into caves to meet with beings? Also, why do some of these fallen angel beings want human bodies? Like Satan wanted Moses' body. Go ahead and grab your canteen of water. We're about to head out to the desert to explore some spiritual mysteries. Oh, and if you hear the whispering of any jinn or satyrs, which is a half man, half goat, you should probably just keep it moving. Sick of rogue and AI deepfakes, unplanned car rambles, or scrolling through a hot pile of dumpster trash, looking for that needle in a haystack treasure? Then you're in good fortune, City Slicker. Break pattern with this conspiracy theory bonanza desert adventure. Saddle up, Hoss. Story time. The mysterious Southwest desert. What secrets does it hold? Let's go dig around and see what we can find. Looks like the perfect place for uncovering some reptilian nests. This all for entertainment, totally fictional conspiracy theory tour, is going to start in Dugway, Utah. One way in, one way out with military checkpoints. Reported underground army base at least 1,300 miles. Works on a lot of secret technology and aircraft and alien tech. It's even said to have ET life and work with them. I guess it's kind of like the MIB base. The Dugway Proving Ground has been around since at least 1942. They've been working on bioweapons and chem weapons, nerve agents, and other things they've tested out. Programs and experiments causing controversy, including unconstitutional experiments on American civilians. They've been blamed for several incidences that have affected the public. Wonder if they're working with reptilians, or for them by force. Speaking of underground Utah, Bill Schnobel and other whistleblowers have reported on underground accounts of reptilians, Mormon temples, and other underground weirdness. Places such as the Mall and the nearby West all have underground tunnels that connect to the Denver airport base, which has lots of reptilian motifs, artwork, and other stuff. This subterranean network also connects to the Grand Canyon, Area 51, the whole area of Groom Lake, the underground Dulce, through the Skinwalker Ranch area, another Utah weirdness, even through the Mojave and connecting to Mount Shasta, according to some reports. Apocalyptic themes, underground dumbs, reptilian nests, massive networks of underground tunnels, inner Earth secret societies possibly. Even from Mount Shasta to the Hollywood area, the ultimate nest of celebs reported to be shape-shifting reptilians, also the land of the fallen angels. And these celebrities do the weirdest rituals. Even David Icke, Jordan Maxwell, and others have reported on the Queen and royal family, and many others with the reptilian shape-shifting pattern. There's a whole rabbit trail there. Let's have a quick drink and hear about some Native American legends. Lots of native reports about beings that live underground, including large populations of insectoids, specifically the ant people. Aside from other beings, you may find giants. Plentiful accounts of giants, all through the Nevada and the West. Lots of giant artifacts and Native American testimonies remain. So if you find any giant bones during the adventure, just don't let the Smithsonian get a hold of them. Also, tons of mystery caves, possibly even portals inside the Grand Canyon, which is totally blocked off, by the way, and lots of cool discoveries made in there. Also, pterodactyls and thunderbirds are painted all over the cave walls, and other kinds of cool glyphs. Also, the West is mysterious, and a lot of places look like old, burnt buildings. Maybe from some old reset type of cataclysms. Instant heavenly fire petrification. Amongst other quick desert anomalies, you may see fairy circles, eerie zones of silence, landmines, or secret oasis worlds, or anything like the Eye of the Sahara. You also may see the real-life roadrunner, rocks that move on their own, even uphill. Or you may find strange monoliths or skinwalkers, or hear the mysterious New Mexico hum, or discover the isostatic gravity anomaly of the eastern Mojave. Well, sun's going down, time to get out our tent. It's time for full moon story time by the campfire. Nightfall in the desert is always beautiful. Always love seeing the moon, which by the way disappeared for months 1,000 years ago. Lots of speculation why. My theory is volcanoes, or some sort of other spiritual significance. Phenomena and anomalies always seem to indicate something. I figure if you follow the trail of what would happen if a volcano exploded, that might be the reason why. Also in the future, the book of Revelation says the moon will be blood red. The mysterious book of Enoch in chapter 80 verse 4 says the moon will alter her order and not appear at times. Other heavenly bodies and stars start going rogue. This was given by the angel Uriel. Enoch also says the moon is the same size as the sun, which has its own journey, and they go through gates and portals in the sky. And he says that in general, the nature and order of the stars and heavenly bodies will be concealed to sinners. They won't know what they are or what the real order is. And he also says the thoughts of those on earth will be in error concerning them. Think about that for a minute. They take them to be gods. The revelation stars falling to earth. The fallen angel alien invasion as gods, just like the days of Noah. Quick side note, an observation of the moon I made is that the direction of the crescent always points towards the sun. Anyway, from theories of the Kubrick fake moon landing, to a base being on the dark side of the moon, to it being a map of the terrain below, or an artificial hollow spaceship, or cool things associated with it like the lunar wave, lots of cool things about the moon. But two of my favorites come from movies, and also tie into ancient legends or spiritual ideas. Men in Black 3, the moon is a prison, a super secret prison on the moon. And in Truman Show, it's an observation station. Speaking of the Truman Show, let's see how this movie wraps up. I'm gonna camp out for now. See you next time. Watch out for those reptilians. Man, let's check out this other weird hexagon in the middle of the Australian desert. Some other top secret possible witchcraft military installations. This is what we know about this place. It's a top secret US joint military base, and it has to do with space surveillance. That's one way of gently wording to the public that it's a giant witchcraft astrological sigil to... This is all for entertainment, by the way. This massive weaponized ritual site, base, is known for working with ELF waves, weapons programs that affect air and deep sea. And the design on this thing just looks crazy.
Real Shatner trekking stars boldly till they splatter. Starburst wishing, got kaleidoscope vision. No DMT, but reality shape shifting. I'm drifting through desert sands. One day I'll hang it up. For now I'll bang on rugged cross, still hanging tough. Some days don't wanna exist, but don't wanna die.
One thing you might find in the desert is caves, which could be portals to other worlds and lead to other places or all sorts of other discoveries. Just don't let the Smithsonian find out, as Kincaid knows. And Kincaid also finding some of these things in caves in the Grand Canyon. Let's explore the mystery of some caves. Are caves portals? Among many fascinating cave mysteries you'll encounter, you'll find this repeated theme and pattern of caves being portals. From the Bible and many other sources that we're about to cover, plus this really fascinating Moses-Elijah time nexus, possible time travel mystery we'll close with later. From Muhammad receiving the word from Gabriel inside of a cave, where he would get the information he would write the Quran from, to Steve Jobs, who stayed in a cave, trained with some guru, had some visions inside of a cave, and came back with all this technology that he would then use to start the iPhone with. Fascinating story. Kind of implies meeting with a spirit being. In Hindu, a cave is the most holy site. The Ellora Caves, shrine and temple, is where Shiva revealed secrets.
Innumerable secret passageways, caverns, corridors, and labyrinths.
And it was said that these caves went to an underground super cave where there were energy machines and other ancient devices from the world before.
And this place looks just like the Gates of Hell, which is a cave inside of Mount Hermon. That whole area, Mount Hermon in Israel, is where Enoch says the fallen angels descended. There's also a UN base there with lots of protection, probably portals and other weird stuff. In Greek mythology, Zeus was born in a cave. Da Vinci, one of the greatest geniuses, has really fascinating cave mysteries where he disappeared in a cave for 2 years. Missing years of time, coming back with all sorts of inventions and fascinating ideas and genius level stuff that other people couldn't come with. This whole side rabbit trail of geniuses and where that word genius comes from kind of comes from jinn and the implication of extraterrestrial or spiritual, not of this world intelligence guiding them. Super side rabbit hole about childhood testing for geniuses, IQ testing, certain programs like GATE and other MKUltra rabbit holes that I might get into. What are they trying to filter out of the public at an early age? Also with people like Da Vinci disappearing in caves and coming back with technology inventions, are they part of this technology rollout program that has to do with the reset patterns and when technology is allowed to be released back into the public again? Seemingly for the first time though. In Vietnam, the Son Dong Cave, plenty local sightings of reptilian beings that come out of the cave and resemble form of seraphim. Also fallen seraphim, who wouldn't say they're fallen, live underground in inner earth according to Kabbalistic traditions. And US soldiers in Vietnam said they saw the same thing. Quote, upright lizards in caves. Are they all seeing the same thing? Plug to the Theory of Everything playlist, an ancient dragon thread that you'll see all throughout the ancient world. Moving into Peru, where they also have the Amaru serpent deities, pattern continued, there's this doorway of the Amaru Meru, this door right into the cave. Shamans with special keys that open this door, only they have the access. Probably with a special artifact, or a certain tone or utterance or DNA activation, or combination of the above. Legends of Shambhala, things in the Himalayan mountains, or things inside of Mount Shasta, where there's plenty of legends of people literally coming through portals and walking right into a wall and disappearing into the cave. They say they see tall blonde beings there, which is the same thing the Mexican Tara Amaru say they see. Tall blondes that come through doorways in caves. Seems like caves are portals to me.
They definitely believe that caves are a conduit to communicating with non-human entities.
It's almost as though they're opening a doorway into a spiritual consciousness in which they're able to communicate with these divine beings and hopefully become divine themselves.
Also the ant people and Hopi legends of where they came from, and other Native Americans to say their origin is coming up from cave systems from out of the earth to the earth, and that was their origin. Caveman, huh? New paradigm for that phrase, maybe. Especially seeing how the ancients were completely wise, the opposite of what we've been taught. Speaking of evolution, how about the idea of intelligent dinosaurs evolving? Why were humans the only ones to evolve? Harvard speculates on this in a recent article that I'll come back to in a second, but the idea of intelligent dinosaurs evolving into sentient reptilians. Basically, they're just mixing words. Basically, all of this stuff with the cave portal theory kind of ties in everything from the inner earth theory to missing 411, even things like DUMBs and military installations, and other UAPs that just disappear into cave systems or underground somewhere. Also, did angels build Derinkuyu for chosen people to survive, reset cataclysmic pattern-like events? Was this the same angelic technology that built the Ellora caves, tunnel systems, and temples in India? Might be. Also, this ice cave, if you look at it, really looks like you're kind of looking at the sky. Firmament tie-in. In Cloves, caves are mysterious in general. You can't just walk in any cave. There's lots of dangers, things you can and can't smell. That could be harmful to breathe. Things like whether the water is bubbling or not, or moving when you walk in. Also, speaking of the nose and scent, the olfactory system seems completely spiritual and linked to discernment. Some accounts of Jesus' birth have the manger as actually a cave, and we know his death was buried in a cave. Plus, there was angels there at that cave, the portal of resurrection power. What are caves? What are mountains? What are volcanoes? All worth a second look, especially considering that Harvard article I mentioned speculates that the moon might actually be a base, an observation base. Probably the Watchers because, well, they watch. If you study the Bible, you find a really fascinating thread. Things with Elijah and Moses' life parallel each other in a lot of ways, aside from each doing a 40-day fast, and possibly being the two witnesses, which I might come back to later. You'll see each of them have incidents in caves. Aside from Elijah living in a cave, they each have an incident where they see the Lord in a cave, tucked into the cleft of it. I'm wondering if both of these incidents are a time nexus that actually tie into the Transfiguration, where you see there's a time nexus where Jesus sees Elijah and Jesus sees Moses, and Peter even sees them and offers to build a tabernacle for them. Funny, he knows exactly who they are too, even though he's obviously never seen them in real life. Funny how the spirit realm works. I'm wondering at the time Elijah lived and the time that Moses lived, when they independently had the cave experiences, if they were all linked together on some sort of common ground, and that's what happened at the Transfiguration, where they all met together, when Jesus was seeing the law and the prophets. Time travel mysteries for another day. Don't get lost in any caves. See you right back here. Same Batcave time, same Savage Truth channel. One of the most fascinating mysteries when I was a kid is the 1960s Batman show and actually discovering the location of the real-life Batcave. That's just a fun thought, but you are going to have to catch part 2 on that same Savage Truth time, same Savage Truth channel. Watch out for the Mongolian death worms from underneath the sand.
Hey, yo, this night is fire. Since a kid knew I was on the road to revelation, I decided I was riding. Are you ready? Saying converts, concerts, all in doing God's work. Renew the inner man, breaking pentagram like clockwork. Midnight memories, 13th hour reminisce. Praise and worship for that wax spirit of heaviness. Ditch the piety, don't lie to me, go quietly. The night riders, we our own secret society.